Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Let's continue where we left. Previous lesson we created our structure of our services. Now today we're going to start filling with our methods. Let's start with the about service. Private read only. Normally we add our generic repositories. I'm not gonna use it, but I want to show you how I'm going to use with the unit of work. So I'm going to show you the both way, and I'm continue with mine. Our unit of work, unit of work, and obviously we need iMapper mapper. Very good. Let's add those to our constructor. Perfect. Let's start creating our listing method. About our list view model and get all list async. Or about list await. As you can see, we reached our methods, our generic repository methods with our generic repository about injection. But I don't want to use that one. I'm going to use, because I'm not using generic services. In the future, I can show you how can we use generic services and how can we overwrite our save and apply methods and of obviously selecting methods. But in this project, it's not a big project, so we don't need to use generic methods, and this is much more easier and non-confusing. So I'm gonna go through with that one. Um, Maybe if we create a little bit more big project, or maybe we can use generic services in our API project. But now we're going to go through with the easiest one for me. This is according to for me. Yes, unit of work, get generic repository about. So we're going to reach our generic repositories through to unit of work. As you can see, our methods are here. Yep. What happened to this? Yep. All right. Now we can delete this one. We don't. We're not gonna use it. Now return about list. So why we have error? There is a mismatch, guys. We are returning list about, but we should return list about list view model. So we need to use mapping here. There is two types using those mappers. The first one, which is going to be not bad practice, let me show you that one first. Then I'm going to show you the best practice one. Where about list view model. Wait, I'm sorry, now wait. Mapper doesn't require wait, map about this, yeah. This is what we need. About list view model. Let's have a look. This returns about list view model. Yeah, we need to add one more thing. While I was studying these methods, I forgot to add those lists, and I waste my 30 minutes to figure out where is the problem. So we're returning list about list model. So we need to return list about it, list v model. Now everything done. But in this method, we send our queries to the database 2 times, and it means we are wasting our resources. Let me make those comment. Instead of I'm using another method, await unit of work, get generic repositories about get all entity list. Now here we go. Project 2. We are doing our mapping. Still we are in our query. So our query is going to be generated according to what we need at the end of the method. Okay, so we need about list view model, right? We agree with that. So our query is going to be created according to this view model. And to list async. Now it's done. I'm deleting this one. We don't need it anymore. All right, perfect. Let's continue with the add method. Public async task at about async, and we're going to receive a request from at about async. Oh, sorry, at the about v model. Sorry, about at v model. And we have to map this information to normal entity. What about, and we're going to use normal mapping method right now. And we're going to modify our entity now. Why I'm telling modify? Because adding, deleting, or removing, whatever we're doing, it's just change, how can I say, tracker status. At the end of the day, all of them is about changing status, so we are modifying. Yep. Add entity async, and we adding about. Now we're going to save our changes. Alright, we don't have any return value. It's done for now. We're going to update and upgrade all methods the future time when we add our pictures and the other stuffs, but we're going to add them step by step. Let's do delete about async. We need an ID. Let's find the entity first. Was about await unit of work get generic group. Actually, we can use a shortcut here. Let me think about it. Private read only I generic repositories. What if I add about and repository? What if I add this one and I can fill that variable with unit of work get generic repositories and about. Yeah, now I can use the shortcut instead of all that long text, right? It's better, I guess. Yeah, perfect. Get entity by ID, all done. Now unit of work, no, repository, delete entity about, await unit of work, commit async, all done. Let's continue with public async. Let's continue with selecting method for update. So our return model is going to be about update remodel get about by ID int ID for about await repository so we are receiving about and we are not able to use project to here. This method returns directly about, so we need an iQueryable. So we need to use normal mapping again. So as I told you before, it's wasting our resources. So I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna use var method here because it's return iQueryable. ID equal ID first rule default. No, I'm gonna use it later. Now we select our entity. Now we can use project 2, guys. Project 2 about update remodel mapper configuration provider and first rule default. Obviously we need to continue with async. Yep, let's have a look. This is about update remodel. Perfect. And it's not gonna be problem. It's not gonna be uh, how can I say? It's not gonna be problem for our returning value because it's never select two items because we send in one ID and these IDs are unique, so it won't be a problem. Let's return about now. What's the problem? Why we have this screen? Maybe null here. All right. Let's think about, is there any chance to be null? Let's make it single. If there is a problem about being null exception and we can see this error in our error page and we can figure out how can we solve that problem, because I don't want any null result in this page. because if it's null, I want to return an 404 page. Let's leave it like that and we can figure it out later. Continue. Public. Now we're going to update, we're going to write update method async task. Do we need any return value? I guess not. Update about async. About update vmodule and request, correct. IntelliSense working really crazy. Var about await repository. No, we need to map it first. Let's copy from here. Yep. And you can use all of them. Yep, let's use this one. Just make it update entity. What's the problem? About. Yeah, it's not a synchron method. Alright, okay. Update, select, delete, add, and listing. I guess all done for now. Let's make them all collapse. And upon these two. Little bit down. This is how I'm working all the time. I can see every detail in separate place. Now we need to add them all in our interface. This is the second one. The third one. The fourth one. And the fifth one. All done. Perfect. Let's build our solution. I guess we never build our project. Let's have a build. Let's see if we start a problem before finish lesson. Yeah, 0 failed. Perfect. No problem. Yes, interface is done. This is done. Alright, let's have a look how many minutes is done. It's 18 minutes. Basically, you see how I'm creating our methods. I'm gonna do all of them to category, contact, homepage, portfolio, service, and with of all of them. If we use generic methods, we're going to rewrite this about, delete, and get. We need to overwrite for 3 items. We just use our generic methods for listing and sorry, not delete. This one, this 3, 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to overwrite. We would have overwrite about, add about, selecting about, and update about. So I think in this small project we don't need it. Okay, so I'm gonna just create a service for one time and I'm going to use them all for all projects. Okay, alright. Let's finish this lesson here and we're going to continue with our services methods with the other lesson. I'm going to make it very fast. I don't wanna waste too many time, and I'm gonna just copy and paste and changing our method names, and I'm gonna do it quickly. This is the main lesson of our filling methods for the services, guys. See you at next lesson. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.